Welcome, football fans. Friday night football. It's the Quad Cities Football League from the Orthopedic Specialist Sports Complex on Brady. This is Jim Sanders doing the play-by-play tonight. Jess Medina is on our camera. You might ask, what is this Quad City Football League? Well, it's talking about some of the information they have on their website. And this is their starter year. They really want to get this thing going in the right direction. The Quad City Football League is an all-amateur 8-on-8 tackle football league with full equipment and played indoors. The ages of the players range from 18 to whatever. And they've got a website out there that you can get to. It's QCFL.org. Go there. It's got all the information, sponsors and fees, rules, information, and how to contact them. So we've been here now for about 5 weeks. We've done 3. This is our third week here on the MediaCom Channel 19, Family Ties Production. It's a 4-team league right now. We're in the last week of the second round robin. Presently, the Cougars lead the league with a 5-0 record. The Shamrocks, who will play the Cougars in a later game tonight, they are 2-3. The Trojans and the Rangers are in this game right now. The Trojans are in blue and the Rangers are in red. The Trojans are 2-3 and the Rangers are 1-4. Next week there'll be a playoff. Obviously the Cougars, undefeated, will be the team with the best record going in. Whoever has the second best record, and it could be the Shamrocks, Trojans, or Rangers, they will have an opportunity to play them next week. So we're ready to roll here. The first time these two teams played against each other, the Trojans won 59 to 25. Trojans over the Rangers. As we prepare to kick off, in blue will be the Trojans. Their roster consists of Rob Rude, number 34, Mike Mulder is number 2, AJ Langfeld is 12, Shane Bourne is number 44, Keisha Humphreys 22, James Webking 18, James Eaton is number 8, Nick Johnson is 33, Craig Arnone is 7, Andy Johnson 55, Jared Connor number 1, and Derek Sturdivant has no number but a special helmet. The opening kickoff lands at about the 10-15 yard line, and the ball is returned out to about the 22 yard line. Special rules for this ball game. You'll notice first downs. It's a 50-yard field to begin with, and on this and it's about 20 yards, 25 yards wide, I would guess. That's a guesstimate. We have pylons every 12.5 yards on a 50-yard field. That puts you at the 12.5 midfield, the 12.5, and the goal line. You must move the ball to the next pylon to get a first down. So in this particular case, the Rangers open up, first down, and about 4. Wide receivers left and right. Everybody is an eligible receiver except for the center and the 2 guards. Back to pass is, and the quarterback runs. That's a good play. Number 4 is Robert Jones, and he's shown in the games that we've worked a real ability to throw the ball and to run the ball. And Jones takes that ball out across midfield, and it will be a first down. Ball marked at about the 23 yard line of the Trojans. Roster for the Rangers in red. Marcus Lira is the coach, and he's also wearing a red helmet tonight, white pants. Darnell Scott, number 66. Shannon Arnold's number 2. Josh Cantu is 82. Christopher Schramm is 13. Justo Lopez, 77. Elpidio Cantu, 67. Dwayne Scott, number 23. Billy Coons is 46. Brandon Dexter is number 33. Nicholas Dexter, number 3, their best running back, is injured, will not play tonight. Robert Jones, I mentioned before, number 4 is a quarterback. Gilbert Ware is number 55, and Justin Carter, number 58, and that makes up the roster for the Rangers. Warren Webking, by the way, is the coach for the blue team, the Trojans, with a record of 2-3. The ball located 21 yard line, second and about 10. Back to pass. Complete pass at her. A little swing pass out to the side. Was to number 23. That's Dwayne Scott coming out of his backfield position. Big hit put on by Derek Sturdivant. Derek has proven to be one of the big hitters in this league in this first inaugural season. Real strong player both offensively and defensively. Third down. Looks like about 5 yards to go. Robert Jones. You'll notice various formations here. This particular formation with wide receivers left and right. In the backfield lines up in the I. Generally, Darnell Scott, number 66, the fullback. Jones back to throw. A little bit overthrown deep in the end zone down there. The pass was attempted for number 2, that's Shannon Arnold. It'll set up a 4th down situation for the Rangers. Interested in scoring. The teams put some points on the board. The Cougars, like I say, as I said earlier, undefeated. They're averaging 46.5 points a ball game. The Shamrocks, 29.8. In this game here, the Trojans, 23.4, and the Rangers at 26.4. So pretty balanced scoring between the teams that are playing in this ball game. 4th down, I formation. Again, all receivers are eligible except the center and the 2 guards. That's a smart play. They went on 2 and are going to pick up a quick penalty here. Offside. Minor penalties in this league are 5-yard penalties. Major penalty, which offside would be one of those. Major penalties would be a 10-yard penalty, and a personal foul would be a spot foul and an automatic 1st down. So it's going to be 4th. I think it looks like a 4th down situation. Ball goes to fullback. A nice running play to Darnell Scott. Driven out of bounds down inside the 10-yard line. And the Rangers. Red socks and black pants. Red jerseys, black numbers, white helmets. 1st and goal. Defensively, most teams try to match up with the wide receivers. You're allowed to blitz your linebackers. They have to come from the inside, not off the corner. But you can bring them. Good pass protection this time by the Rangers. Quarterback will run down to the 5, the 3. He did not get in. Got down to about, Robert Jones got down to about the 1-yard line. They'll set up a 2nd down. The officials will mark it. We have 2 officials in our ball game. These guys have done an outstanding job of being involved in the game. They call what needs to be called and do a beautiful job of keeping the game under control. I'll have an opportunity for those of you who have not seen any of our broadcasts or been out here to the Bubble on Brady Street to watch some of these games in person. We'll kind of give you the various rules as we go along this evening. Hand off the fullback. He's up in there. That's Darnell Scott for the Rangers, and he will score the first 6 points of the ball game. On the run. Extra points in this league as the officials mark the ball at the 3. If you make, there are no goalposts in here, by the way. They mark the ball at the 3 and you make the extra point, you get 1 point. You can choose to move the ball back to the 8-yard line. If you do that, then you can receive 2 points. So very interesting rules there. Going for 1 right now after Scott's run. Robert Jones will take the snap, I formation. Going to flood the area a little bit, over the top, and incomplete. So the extra point is no good, and here early in the 1st quarter, our score, the Rangers 6, and the Trojans will get the ball for the first time coming up. We'll give you a little bit of information too. They play 4 quarters, 7-minute quarters, timed pretty much like a regular high school or college game. Incomplete passes stop the clock. Runner goes out of bounds, timeouts and things like that. So that's the way you do that. The 5-minute halftime, and they keep the games going. They try to play a game in about an hour and a half here. This is their spring season. The plan is to have a fall season starting sometime August, September. I don't think that's out yet, but check that website I gave you earlier if you're interested. But that will be a season. They're also talking about trying to put together about a 64-team tournament for around Labor Day, over the Labor Day weekend. Bring in a big number of teams, 8 on 8, and have a tournament right here on Brady Street in the Bubble. So the Rangers will kick off, and the Trojans will get their first opportunity to return the ball and to get a possession to start this first half. On return, a nice return this time, back across midfield to about the Rangers' 24-yard line. And the Trojans will set up shop. Players to watch, the guys that have looked pretty sharp offensively in the backfield for them throughout the course of this season so far. Craig Arnone, number 7, has been instrumental in a lot of plays. Keyshawn Humphreys, number 22 at running back. Number 18, James Wepking, has been playing quarterback in the games that we've seen. He'll take the handoff and stopped well short. Well short. Maybe a loss of a little bit. Puts the ball back across midfield. So instead of having about 11 yards to go for a first down, they've got nearly 15 yards that time. Handoff to the fullback up inside for no gain. Actually a 2.5 yard loss. Second down. The Trojans, again, I formation, wide receivers, left and right. Fake to the fullback, quarterback keep. Wepking around the end and out of bounds. Got the ball down, it'll be marked about the 24-yard line. Let's call it the 21-yard line. 22-yard line, sets up a third down. It'll be third and about, let's call it 8 yards. 3rd and 8 for the Trojans. The Trojans with the blue socks, gold pants, blue jerseys, gold numbers, white helmets. 3rd down. 2 running plays, 1 for a decent gain and 1 for a loss. Tailback with the ball and a good run. A big hit coming out of the secondary that time. Keyshawn Humphreys carried the ball that time. Big hit, a big hit. Good pursuit coming from the linebacking spot. Most teams will play 2 or 3 down linemen on defense and balance that with a like number of linebackers. And then you cover the wide receivers generally man-to-man out there. It's like a 4th down situation, shotgun and or punt. You can punt on 4th down or you can obviously go for it. They are going to go for it. Fake handoff. Wepking to throw, incomplete. So the Rangers make a defensive stand the first time that the Trojans have the ball, and they will take over leading 6-0. So each team's had the ball 1 time. The Rangers moved the ball down and scored a touchdown. The Trojans were stopped on a 4th and about 7. So Rangers again with the football. First down. This time it's about an 8-yard. 1st and 8 on their own 18-yard line. I formation again. Running play. Up over the middle. The fullback carried the ball that time, Darnell Scott. He's going to come out, run a sub in the ball game for him. Scott's been a good blocker in the I formation in the games we've seen him play, and he's a good runner when he gets a chance to carry that ball. 2nd down. Let's call it 2nd and 7. A different fullback in there right now. I can't pick out his numbers, and we do apologize for that. We occasionally, with the teams are required to have numbers on the back only. Pass, going deep. Wide open, incomplete. That pass attempted for number 13, Christopher Schramm. A beautiful throw that time by Robert Jones, but Chris wasn't able to pick that ball up, and it creates a 3rd down situation. Beautiful throw that time. Good protection for Jones, that offensive line. Schramm found a way to get open deep. You can do that very many times. You know these guys are going to catch it. 3rd down, and still about 7 yards to go. Shannon Arnold goes wide to the left as a wide receiver. In that interior line, you got Lopez and Cantu. And I haven't picked out the other guy that's in that center of that line yet. I'll get him here in a minute for you. Looking down the middle again. And incomplete again. That pass to, looked like to Schramm again. And that pass was incomplete. 4th down. Really a nice play that time. Robert Jones. I checked that. Brandon Dexter was the intended receiver that time. Schramm missed the first one, and Dexter missed the second one. So did a good job of getting open, both Dexter and Schramm. It looks like the Rangers are going to sit up and punt the ball away. The Trojans setting up deep, and it'll be a 4th down. 4th and about 6. I'll let their defense do a little work for them. They had a whistle blow. I'm not quite sure what that penalty is right yet. Officials will talk this one over. You are watching the Quad Cities Football League. It's a MediaCom production and Channel 19. It's a Family Ties production. The owner of Family Ties Production is Jess Medina. If you like what you see in these broadcasts, why, give Jess a call, 309-721-0896, or contact him by email, Jess, JESSM250 @yahoo.com. Still trying to iron out this penalty, but it's going to be a 5-yard walk-off for being offside against the Rangers. So it makes it even a little bit longer kick. The ball placed at the 15-yard line. 4th down and about 11 yards to go. 10.5 yards to go for the 1st down. And the Rangers elect to punt. A good snap. A decent kick, but they're going to go out of bounds. Officials are going to mark this at about the Trojans' 22-yard line, where they'll set up and go with their second possession and trailing 6-0. We're still in the first quarter, 7-minute quarters. These guys obviously have had some playing time now. The first couple weeks here were interesting as far as conditioning is concerned, but the guys have gotten a lot better shape as the league has gone along. And the play has been very spirited and a good talent level. So bring some lawn chairs, come out to the bubble, see what happens. Quick screen out here that time to number 12. That's A.J. Langfeld. And Langfeld, the ball dropped incomplete. The pass from James Webking. 2nd and about, let's call it 3.5, 4 yards. They only have to move the ball to midfield to get a 1st down by the 12.5-yard rules that they play by here in this Quad Cities Football League. Wide receivers left and right again. Fake the fullback, run a little option. Inside veer option. Running back hits it to the outside. Running back is number 22. That's Keisha Humphreys on the carry. They're going to mark it just short of the 1st down. He was out of bounds, just short of the midfield, the 24.5-yard line. Sets up a 3rd down now. It's 3rd and about a half a yard for the Trojans. Be nice to pick up a 1st down here, make some yardage, and get yourself ready to go again. Quarterback sneak. Good yardage that time. Breaks into the clear. Down inside the 15-yard line, down to the 12-yard line is James Webking on the quarterback sneak. He passes that 12.5-yard marker, so he not only picked up a 1st down, but sets up a 1st and goal. No huddle. Real quickly in and out of the huddle that time for the Trojans. Humphreys is the deep man in the eye. He gets the ball and a nice cut. Breaks to the outside. Nice tackle out there this time by number 2. That's Shannon Arnold, made a nice hit. Some beautiful cuts that time by Keisha Humphreys. And that'll be the end of our first quarter. So we're at the first quarter break here from the bubble on Brady Street. This is, you're watching a Quad Cities Football League game from the Orthopedic Specialist Sports Complex. We're at the end of the first quarter in this ball game when Rangers lead 6-0. We'll be back, second quarter action in just a minute. Second quarter action as we start here. The Trojans in blue with a record of 2-3 have the ball at the Rangers 6-yard line, second down. An offensive line has Jared Connor in there. Mike Mulder is in there. And Andy Johnson. Fake the fullback, inside veer option. takes the ball inside the 5. And that's James Webking, number 18, as the quarterback, and he took that ball down to just inside the 5-yard line. 3rd down, no huddle. Hand off to number 8, the fullback. He's one of the better receivers. James Eaton is also, when they go to a shotgun, he'll be one of their favorite receivers. He plays fullback in the I formation, sets up a 4th down. So the Rangers defense have given up a 1st down there to the Trojans, have stiffened up down here, and they're playing pretty darn well. Marcus Lira is in there playing in that defensive line, or maybe as an outside linebacker. He's the coach. He's been the coach all along. He's also now on the roster. He's the player out there with the red helmet and white pants. He's going to play as an outside linebacker here. And there's a 4th down situation here. I formation, wide receivers left and right. Reverse. As a wide receiver reverse as he gets to the corner and knocked out of bounds, just short of the touchdown line. That stop was made by Shannon Arnold, number 2 for the Rangers, and they hold, and they will take over possession. 1st down, nearly 12 yards to go at their own 1-yard line, but a nice goal line stand. The Trojans had the ball 1st and goal at about the 11 or 12 and could not put that ball in. So leading 6-0, and early in our 2nd quarter action here, with a record of 2-3, the Trojans were not able to put that ball into the end zone, and the Rangers, with a record of 1-4, have an opportunity to build that 6-0 lead. 1st down. Robert Jones, the quarterback. Darnell Scott, fullback. Fumble. The ball is loose. We just have to wait and see who's got it. Officials are signaling that the Trojans have recovered the fumble on about the 1.5 or 2-yard line. So a huge turnover as the Rangers, a little miscommunication in the backfield, a fumble, and a fumble recovery for the Trojans. Number 2, Mike Mulder, was in on that fumble recovery. So let's just see if the Trojans now, with a 1st and goal from about the 1-yard line, can actually put this ball in the end zone. That offensive line composed of Andy Johnson, Jared Connor, and Mike Mulder. See if they can open a hole big enough to get a quarterback sneak through there or a fullback. Tailback carries and touchdown. Nice play that time. Keisha Humphreys on the touchdown for the Trojans. On a 1-yard run, 6 points, ties our score, 6-6. Early 2nd quarter action here. Humphreys on a touchdown. They mark the ball at the 3-yard line. So the Trojans will go for the 1-point extra point. Shotgun this time. That will put number 8, James Eaton, on the wing. He's been a primary receiver all along, but a nice throw that time. In there to number 88. A nice reception that time. Justin Colbert, number 88, on the reception from Webking. So the extra point is good. And we have a new leader here, the Trojans. And for the first time this evening, take the lead at 7-6. One of the interesting rules in our league is what they call the college experience cap. This is strictly an amateur league. It is not designed for former college players, pro players, semi-pro players to come in and play. They want guys who, the best I can explain it is, these are the guys who we see at our local high schools on Sunday afternoons, run around there playing tackle football in sweatsuits. A lot of these guys played high school ball. Some have limited college experience because by the college experience cap, the rule states, and I'll read it to you, no team will exceed a total amount of 20 collegiate years at any level of college. So they're not looking for guys that play, you don't get very many guys who got guys that played 4 years of college football. Most have not played any college football. If you've played any kind of professional football, that counts as 6 years towards the 20 cap. Nice return this time by number 23 as Dwayne Scott runs that ball back for the Rangers. And he gets the ball just across midfield, and it sets up a first down just barely into the Trojans' territory. So college cap. Other kinds of information, we keep talking about them as we go. Timeouts, we'll start talking about those a little bit as we get towards halftime here. Each team is allowed 2 timeouts per half. They do not carry over. Do not carry over. Offensive line for the Rangers, they got Elpidio, Cantu, Justo Lopez, and Marcus Lira are in that offensive line. Back to pass is Robert Jones. He'll run across midfield to the 20 and is knocked out of bounds at about the, we'll call that the 19-yard line. Robert Jones, he's fun to watch. Good pressure that time by the Trojans defense, but you got to have somebody that kind of keeps an eye on Robert Jones because he is so quick. You got some really good athletes in this league, as those of you who have been watching us along the way have been able to pick out. I'd be remiss if I didn't say something about Nicholas Dexter. His number is number 3 for the Rangers. He's injured and not playing tonight, and he's been a real interesting football player to watch in the games that we've covered. Penalty flag goes down. Dwayne Scott looks like that time, running from his tailback spot. See what the penalty is going to be. Procedure against the Rangers, so they'll walk it back 5 yards. Second down, and just about 12 yards to go. Second and 12. The backfield, that's the normal backfield for the Rangers. Robert Jones, number 4, is the quarterback. Scott, number 66, the fullback. And fake, looking to get the ball on the flat. Roberts running that ball down the sideline. A nice hit on the boundary there by number 8, James Eaton, for the Trojans, but Robert Jones moves that ball down the field, picks up good yardage, and it will set up a third down. And let's call it 5 yards to go. 3rd and 5 for the Rangers at the 17-yard line of the Trojans. Second quarter action. The Trojans lead 7-6. Wide receivers left and right. Running play. Nice play up inside that time. Big stop in there. Let's see if we can get his number. Can't pick it up. We keep laughing about the guys. You got to turn your back to us here so we can actually see what your number is. Looks like it might be number 88, Justin Colbert. Ball's resting at about almost the 15-yard line. Rangers ball. Need to pick up about the 4 yards here, 3.5 yards. Little swing past the fullback and a nice catch. And he's still on his feet, and he is in for the touchdown. Darnell Scott, number 66, on a pass from Robert Jones. Scott scores his second touchdown of the ball game. Beautiful, kind of a little safety valve or a check pass out here to the fullback. And Jones put that ball right on the money, and Scott scores from about, let's call it 15 yards out. A 15-yard touchdown pass, took the ball down the sideline, stayed in bounds, broke at least one tackle, and the Rangers now go for the 1-point extra point. Quick pass over the middle, very nicely thrown. That pass is thrown from number 4, Robert Jones, number 2, Shannon Arnold, for the 1-point extra point. So we're still in our second quarter here now, and our score has now become 13 for the Rangers, 7 for the Trojans, and the Rangers will be kicking off here in just a minute. We're back, set for a kickoff as the Rangers prepare to kick off to the Trojans. Ball is always kicked off from the goal line. Ball lands at the 6, picked up there and run back. Nice, a good hard run back that time by number 2. That's Mike. Looks like, is that Mike Mulder ran that ball back that time? I'm having trouble seeing there. Or A.J. Langfeld. I apologize. I'm not sure who did that. We'll set ourselves up here for a first down situation. The Trojans in blue, white helmets, blue jerseys, gold pants, blue socks. First down, their own 21-yard line. They need to go to the 25 for a first down. 1st and 4 for the Trojans. 2 receivers left, 2 receivers right. Quick screen pass and a good hard run. Fumble! And the ball is recovered by the Rangers. Number 88 that time received a beautiful pass. Justin Colbert got that ball down to about the 20-yard line of the Rangers, but turned the ball over, and the Rangers recover the fumble and leading 13-7. They're back in business again. First down, 5 yards to go. Second quarter action. Quad Cities Football League. Here from the Orthopedic Specialist Sports Complex. Some of you will call it the Bubble on Brady. It's quite the place to be, though. Interested in this league, contact websites, qcfl.org, or contact Dan, D-A-N, and that's 211978 at yahoo.com. Back to pass again, much better defense that time. Number 33 for the defensive unit was in on that play, made a nice stop as Nick Johnson on Robert Jones. Second down now. Second and we'll call it 6. Nice defensive play that time for the Trojans. Had good coverage on the outside. Craig Arnone was on his man real well. Number 18, James Wepking, playing as a safety. And the guys up front are doing a pretty nice job too. Quarterback back to pass, under pressure again. Nice play by number 1 that time. He was a great pass rush that time by Jared Connor, pressuring Robert Jones, and an incomplete pass. Third down, still 5 yards to go. 2-man rush that time for the Trojans. Number 55 was on the pass rush, Andy Johnson, and of course, number 1, Jared Connor, made a very nice play. Third down. Trojans trying to survive another turnover. Wide receivers again. Got a tight end to this side. Penalty flag down. Jones to throw. Oh, nice pattern and out of bounds. Nice pattern that time by number 2, that's Shannon Arnold, but there's a penalty flag on the play. Going to go against the red, looks like. And I'm sure that the Rangers will be penalized. The Trojans will take that penalty and move it back again. Billy Coons is in that offensive line, number 46 for the Rangers. There's 77 in there is Justo Lopez. Elpidio Cantu, number 67, is also in that offensive line. They generally and have been doing tonight a really, really good job. I formation this time for the Rangers. Third down, and we're going to call it 3rd and 10. Officials are going to confer here for just a minute. Working down through our list of rules again. If you have any, you have 30 seconds between plays, as you would in many other forms of football. Motion, you're allowed to have 1 man in motion, but unlike arena football where that guy can be going towards the line of scrimmage, in this league it's similar to any high school, college, pro, where a motion guy has to, oh, nice play down the, whoa. Receiver ended up out of bounds about 3 yards. Good pass protection. Good pass protection. 33 that time put on a really, really nice Nick Johnson, a nice pass rush. So it looks like we're looking at a 4th down situation. Shannon Arnold that time looked like he was going to be the primary receiver for Robert Jones, but he got bumped pretty good down the field, and when that ball was thrown, he was standing about 4 or 5 yards out of bounds. So it's a 4th down situation, and it looks like the Rangers are going to drop back into punt formation and punt this ball away. We're moving towards, the end of our 2nd quarter action here. The Rangers lead 13-7. Interior 3, wide outs to cover the punt. Decent snap and a nice punt. Ball will be out of bounds. See where our officials mark the ball. Looks like it's going to be at about the 12.5-yard line. Put it right on the cone there. And the Trojans will take over late in our 2nd quarter here, trailing 13-7. We've noticed, I think, kind of a general rule that play slows down a little bit towards the end of each half. The players are putting out a lot of effort. Tonight it looks like the Rangers have maybe 4 subs on their sideline, and it looks like the Trojans have 3. So you can have as many as 20 guys on your roster. So looking like they're going to play a kind of a prevent defense out here right now by the Rangers. Bootleg pass. Webking going to go deep down the middle. Pass going to be short and incomplete. It's a good looking play. Webking rolled right after a fake. Kind of bought himself some time, but wasn't able to throw the ball quite far enough down the field. Ball goes incomplete. Sets up a 2nd down situation. 2nd and 12.5 for the Trojans. The Trojans need a win here. That would put them in position to where if the Cougars later on this evening, the Cougars beat the Shamrocks, it would put them in a position where they could represent this division. Webking with the ball and knocked out of bounds, taken out of bounds about the 18-yard line. Sets up a 3rd down situation, stops the clock because he went out of bounds. One of the rules that have come into play here, not tonight so much yet, is that a ball carrier is down if any part of his body touches the ground, other than his feet, obviously. So a lot of the good running backs will be able to put down a hand. Humphreys with the ball, breaks 2 tackles, still taken out of bounds on the boundary, and a real nice play on the far sideline. But if a player puts his hand down to regain his balance, as soon as his hand touches the ground, that play is over. So that's kind of a unique rule to this league. 3rd down. Good looking play that time. Kind of a cutback. Officials are kind of conferring. Red wants timeout. The Rangers will take a timeout. We're in the 2nd quarter here. We'll be back in just a minute. The Rangers lead the Trojans 13-7. Third down action. Coming off the timeout, the Rangers called their first timeout. They have 1 left. Bootleg pass again. Nice pattern on the boundary. And eventually out of bounds after he got a 1st down. Number 8 is James Eaton. He took the ball down to, and they're going to mark it at the 20-yard line. And it'll be a 1st down for the Trojans at the 20-yard line of the Rangers. 1st down and about 8.5 yards to go. Trying to do something here late in our first half. Number 2 is Mike Mulder. He breaks the huddle. He's the center. Right guard is number 1, Jared Connor. Number 55, Andy Johnson, is the left guard. All the rest of the guys out there are eligible. Nice quick pass to the outside. Down the sideline and a big hit down there. Number 12, the ball carrier that time. After the quick pass, that's A.J. Langfeld. He didn't play last week, but he's back in action. He's a receiver, runner, backup quarterback. He plays lots of different positions for the Trojans. But it does look like, and it is, another 1st down, and the Trojans in their blue uniforms are moving the ball down the field late in the first half, trying to get right back in this thing, trailing 13-7. Penalty flag. False start against the offense. That'll move the ball back 5 yards from the 12-yard line. So we'll make it 1st and goal from the 17-yard line. Penalties are hurt a couple times in our ball game this evening. As I mentioned before, if you like some football playing, next week you'll have a chance to watch some of these ball games, but next week there will be a final playoff game. Quick pass again on the outside, all the way back across the field. That's Langfeld, and he's going to quickly call a timeout. Langfeld received the pass, took the ball down. The ball would be marked at the 10-yard line. It'll be second down and goal as the Trojans take their first timeout. So each team has used a timeout. Each have 2, and each team now has 1 left. Just trying to see if there's anything else on as far as rules are concerned. Again, I mentioned numbers. It makes it difficult sometimes from up here. The teams are required to have numbers on the back of the jerseys, advertisements on the front. Some of the color combinations are difficult for us to see. This ball game is not too hard, especially with the Trojans picking up those gold numbers on the blue, pretty easy. The Rangers picking up the black numbers on the red, a little more difficult. We're coming out of that timeout real quickly here, the Trojans. Third down. Run. Cut back. Humphreys. Another nice cut inside the 10 to about the 8-yard line. And a quick timeout again by the Trojans, using their second and last timeout. Humphreys that time took that ball on a kind of a cutback again and got that ball all the way back across the grain and took the ball down to about the, let's call it the 8-yard line. So we are late now in the first half. Score 13 for the Rangers and 7 for the Trojans. Put a plug in for the league. They're looking for more teams. They've got 4 this year. If they go to the fall season, they'd love to have 4 more if they could get them. If you have any interest, again, qcfl.org is a good place to go. That's where your contact is at. Put a team together, come on out here and play in the fall. Ready to go. Late second quarter action. Trojans. Little shovel pass up inside. Inside to 5, but driven out about the 3-yard line. Number 8, the ball carrier on a shovel pass that time. James Eaton from James Webking. Fourth down. Ball is at the 3-yard line. This is a huge play here in the scheme of things here in this first half. 13-7 in favor of the Rangers. The Trojans with an opportunity to tie and maybe go ahead in this ball game. I'm looking for close ball games, and there have been some close ball games throughout the first 2 levels of this round robin. This could be a real close ball game here in just a minute. Tailback Humphreys stuck at about the 2-yard line. He did not get in. And the Rangers, the red shirts, white helmet Rangers, make the defensive stop and will take over. We'll take over first down, about 11 yards to go from their own 2-yard line with very little time remaining. Again, a very, very good goal line stand that time by the Rangers. Now they need to just get a play run and get time run out here in the first half, and then get out here with the lead. First down. After the real good goal line stand. Wide receivers left and right. Twins left, twins right. Robert Jones at quarterback, back to pass. Quick pass out here, incomplete, intended for Shannon Arnold. Second down, stops the clock. I guess they figured they want to move that ball a little bit. I would guess if they could pop a big play out of here, I guess you're always risking potential, I guess, of a sack and a safety. A bump and run coverage out here by Craig Arnone. Back to pass again. Jones, he's going to go deep. Very nice catch. That ball is caught down here. What a beautiful catch by Shannon Arnold. And that was the last play of the half. What a great throw that time by Robert Jones to Shannon Arnold. And that will be the last play of the first half. It's halftime here on Brady Street in the bubble. This is Jim Sanders doing the play-by-play. Jess Medina's on the camera. You're watching a MediaCom Channel 19, Family Ties production. If you like what you see, contact Jess Medina at 721-0896. Comments, criticism, whatever you want to talk about. Otherwise, get a hold of me by email, jessm, Jessm, 250@yahoo.com. Hey, we'll be back with second half action in just a minute. The Rangers lead 13-7 over the Trojans. Well, welcome back. We're ready to begin our second half of action here. Quad Cities Football League. You're watching this particular league. It's an all-amateur 8-on-8 tackle football league, full equipment, and it's played indoors on a 50-yard field. Coming out of halftime, the Rangers in red will be kicking off, and they lead 13-7 for the Rangers. Darnell Scott had a nice touchdown run, and he also had a beautiful reception from Robert Jones for a touchdown pass, and then Shannon Arnold received a pass from Jones for the 1-point extra point. Keisha Humphreys for the Trojans has the touchdown for their particular team. Return kickoff the second half. Break to the outside. A good hard run, nice run. Broke one tackle. Number 88 got that ball back. That's Justin Colbert, and he brought that ball back across midfield. Sets up the Trojan first down. Ball located on about the Rangers 24-yard line. Reminder that to get a first down, you got to move it to the next cone or pylon, whatever you call it. I'm calling them cones, I guess, but the most you have to go is 12.5 yards. This looks like it's about a 12-yard distance to get your first down for the Trojans, but it's first down. First half, if you've been watching it, was marked by a couple fourth down defensive stands by the Rangers, one of which stopped for a touchdown, obviously. The second one, however, the first one in the game actually turned into a touchdown because of a turnover immediately. Quarterback, number 12, making the option play and the run. That's A.J. Langfeld. They talked to us earlier, I was talking to the players, and they said he would play some quarterback tonight, and he starts the second half in place of James Webking, number 18. So Langfeld showed some quick feet that time, got the ball down for a first down inside the 12.5-yard line. Call it the 12-yard line, first and goal. Langfeld at quarterback. And we know that Keisha Humphreys, number 22, Langfeld in a little bit of trouble, stays alive, and is driven out of bounds that time. Defensively, number 33, Brandon Dexter, ran Langfeld out of bounds. Sets up a second down. Ball outside the 15 now, back out to about the 18-yard line. Second down and goal. You know, you watch these teams play just once or twice. That's what I've seen them play twice, each one of these groups. And Langfeld at quarterback. Webking has been the quarterback the times I've watched, and sometimes you get a little bit of miscommunication. In the backfield, Webking is in the backfield. Pass, incomplete. Attempted pass that time from Langfeld out to Justin Colbert. Sets up a third down situation. Got some good receivers. Langfeld, if he's back there now, has got, Eaton, number 8, has always been impressive. Humphreys coming out of the backfield is always a threat. Number 2, Mike Mulder has done a nice job of catching passes. Craig Arnone, number 7, has been involved in some offense over the last couple of weeks also. But it's a third down situation now. Back to the I formation. Langfeld. Fake inside the fullback. Langfeld will run across the 10. Inside the 5, inside the 3, and down to about the 2-yard line. A.J. Langfeld on a beautiful run that time. Blocking up front that time by James Eaton. But a lot of that he did on his own. He made moves with his quick feet, and then with the power in his legs, he took the ball right down to the 2-yard line. Fourth down. Again, another opportunity for the Trojans to get themselves tied or to go ahead in this ball game. It's a big play. Offensive line again, number 55 in there for is Andy Johnson. Number 1 is Jared Connor, and Mike Mulder, number 2, make up the offensive lineman. Shotgun. Don't be surprised if Langfeld uses his feet to try to make something happen here. Penalty flag goes down. Langfeld scrambles. He should get inside the 2 and scores a touchdown. We do have a penalty flag down. We'll see what that was. Langfeld was there for the touchdown. Officials discuss the situation. Holding inside against the Trojans. It'll move it back, and it nullifies A.J. Langfeld's nice touchdown run. So instead of a touchdown, the Trojans now back up 10 yards, puts that ball back to about the 12-yard line, and it's 4th down. 4th, we'll call it 12 for the Trojans. A third real good opportunity to score touchdowns here in this ball game. And they just haven't been able to put that ball in the end zone. But in the backfield back there with Langfeld is number 8, James Eaton. He'll step up and play in the slot now, and he has been a favorite target for the quarterbacks here so far. Langfeld back to throw, all kinds of time. Looking for a receiver, and it is thrown and caught. Beautiful catch that time down there by number 88, Justin Colbert. Pass from Langfeld. We've got ourselves a ball game. 13-13 with a try for the extra point by the Trojans. So they couldn't punch the ball in from the 2-yard line and the 1-yard line in earlier drives in the first half, but after the penalty nullified a touchdown by Langfeld, they come back and score from about the 12-yard line. I formation for the lead. Tailback on the carry. At the 1, near the goal line, and it's good. The run that time by number 22, Keisha Humphreys. He stayed alive and made the 1-point extra point run. So we are in the third quarter here. We're going to take a real quick break. Our score now, the Trojans 14, the Rangers 13. The Rangers ready to receive the kickoff. Well, we're back. The Trojans ready to kick off after a nice Colbert from Langfeld pass, and the extra point puts the Trojans ahead 14-13, and a real nice return by the Rangers to get that ball back in a real good field position to start the first possession here for the Rangers. That return was by number 2, and that's Shannon Arnold. He's shown some really good wheels in returns and receiving along the way for the Rangers. We'll see if the Rangers can answer back now. Their first possession of the third quarter, trailing for the first time this evening, 14-13. Jones the quarterback, Scott the fullback. That's Darnell Scott. Jones with the carry. Good yardage. Real nice play out there that time defensively by Derek Sturdivant. He made the play. Number 8 was in on that play. That's James Eaton. Second down, second and short. About 2.5 yards to go after the great kickoff return that time that brought the ball back by Shannon Arnold. The Rangers now have a second down at the Trojans' 15-yard line. We're in the third quarter. This is indoor football, 50-yard fields, Quad City Football League. Back to pass. Jones, all kinds of time. Great job of blocking up there in that offensive line. Fine, wide open. And in the end zone for the touchdown. Jones had forever. That offensive line did a beautiful job, and a touchdown reception. Try to figure out the young man's number there and name and number. I missed that one completely, but they answered right back. 6-point touchdown to now go ahead 19 for the Rangers, 14. And the Rangers will go for the 1-point extra point. From the 3-yard line, remember they could go it's possible you can go from the 8 to get 2 points. Over the middle, a little too high. Wide open back there that time, but incomplete. And each team has had a possession here in the third quarter. Each team has scored a touchdown. The Rangers now come back on top, 19-14. We'll be back with the kickoff in just a minute. There's our whistle to signal the kickoff here. We're in the third quarter action. A great ball game between the Rangers kicking off, now leading 19-14, kicking to the Trojans. Let's see if the Trojans can answer back. James Eaton on the return, back across midfield. We'll see where the official marks it. It will be just into Ranger territory. And it'll be first down. We'll call it 1st and 11. 1st and 11 for the first down. They have to get to the 12.5-yard line of the Rangers. Each team has scored a touchdown here in the second half. Officials are going to blow the whistle. I'm not sure what we're going to do here. We got timeout. Not quite sure. We're down towards the end of the third quarter, but that must be a timeout for the Rangers. The Trojans came into the game tonight with a record of 2-3. The Rangers with a record of 1-4. The Trojans are averaging 23.4 points per ball game. The Rangers averaging 26.4 points per ball game. That'd kind of indicate we might have a pretty close game here. And right now, 19-14 is our score. We're going to take a quick break right now, and we'll get back to you as soon as we figure out what's going on here. So relax, and we'll be right back. Well, we're back. We got that ironed out. I'm assuming it must have been a timeout for the Rangers, but we're back with a third quarter action here. We're late in the third quarter. Langfeld back to pass, plenty of time, going to go deep. Just a little bit long that time. Langfeld for Arnold. Overshot that just a little bit, but gosh, he had all kinds of time to throw that ball. Good job in that offensive line in their great protection. Excuse me. So the Trojans trying to answer back here in the third quarter, down by 5. Again, the inside 3 of the center, who in this particular case is number 18, James Webking, as a quarterback, running play. Number 8, our ball carrier, took that ball back out. Number 13 in on the tackle for the Rangers. That's Christopher Schramm, a nice hit, a nice tackle, and the ball carrier, James Eaton. Third down for the Trojans. They need to get to the 12.5-yard line of the Rangers for a first down. When they line up in the I formation, they got Langfeld at quarterback. Quick toss, Humphreys to the boundary, and a nice play. He's still alive. You want to see a good football play? You just saw one. You just saw Keyshaw Humphreys on a great run. Great play over there on the boundary. Schramm again, number 13, involved big time in that play. 82 playing up in that defensive line. That's Josh Cantu. Justo Lopez, Elpidio Cantu in there also. Fourth down. 4th and about, let's call it 7. 4th and about 7. So the Trojans trying to keep up, down 19-14, need a first down. Langfeld at quarterback, Humphreys back there with him, and a penalty. It's going to go against the Trojans. I'll tell you, right now the Rangers are really, really fired up. So the walk-off a penalty against the Trojans makes that first down effort a little bit tougher as they try to set the offense. Wide receivers to the near side is number 2, Mike Mulder. Looking to go deep. Langfeld looking in the far corner, wide open. Oh, it was tipped. I think somebody got a hand on that ball there, trying to figure who that was. That was number 2. That's Shannon Arnold. I think he tipped the ball just enough. And the Rangers hold and will take possession again. This time, first down. And we're going to mark that ball. Apparently, we're going to mark it at about let's call it the 18. Let's call it the 18-yard line. It'll be first down and about 7. First and 7 for the Rangers. Third quarter action here. Quad Cities Football League. 8-on-8 indoor football, 50-yard field. Friday night football. Wide receivers, left and right. Offside on the offense. So the Rangers will walk back 5 yards. And it'll end up with still a first down. And let's call it 11. First and 11 for the Rangers. High formation, hand off to the tailback. Stayed alive, penalty flag. Good tackle that time by James Eaton, the ball carrier, Dwayne Scott. Let's see what the penalty is going to be. Scott's coming out, Dwayne Scott is coming out. Looked like he hurt his arm a little bit there. Have to make a position change. Personal foul, face mask, going to go against the Trojans. So that'll be a 10-yard walk-off. And an automatic first down, or he went across the first down line. So the ball now moves into the Trojans' territory. The Rangers in the red uniforms, red jerseys, black pants, white helmets. The Rangers, first down, 23-yard line. Excuse me. Back to pass. Jones looking deep. An absolutely great catch down there. Beautiful catch. What a great throw by Robert Jones. The Rangers score again. Jones has thrown his third touchdown pass. And I'm still trying to figure out who it was that caught the ball down in that corner. It gets real dark down in that corner. I apologize. It was a great reception. Something's telling me it was Shannon Arnold, number 2, running down under that pass. He is the main target for Jones. We'll call Arnold on that, and we'll apologize to him next week if it wasn't him. 25-14 now. Back to pass. Looking over the middle. The ball's tipped twice and incomplete. So we'll take a break in the action here now. And the Rangers starting to dominate a little bit here in the third quarter. They now lead 25-14. Well, the Rangers ready to kick off to the Trojans. Trojans need to answer back quickly now. To kick off for the Rangers is number 46, Billy Coons. Approaches the ball, line drive kick. Picked up at about the 15-yard line to the 20 to the 25. Back to about the 18 or 19-yard line. Number 7 that time. That's Craig Arnone on a really nice return. He's wide out, plays in that defensive secondary too. He hobbles off just a little bit, but that ball's down to about the 18-yard line of the Rangers. So a great return by the Trojans, and they need to get something going here, trailing 25-14. Call it first down. Let's call it 1st and 6. Langfeld, the quarterback. Oh, excuse me. That's an incomplete pass. My mistake on quarterback that time. We're back to James Webking back at the quarterback position. Miscommunications with the wideouts that time. Pass went inside. Both receivers went to the outside. Second down. I'm going to suggest if you come to a ball game over here, it's generally cool in here, so bring a jacket. Second down for the Trojans. Eaton on the carry. Eaton takes that ball and knocked him down inside the 10-yard line, looks like, which will be plenty enough for a first down. So Eaton playing at fullback in the I formation, the slot back if they go to a shotgun, and he carries the ball and sets up a first down for the Trojans. It's now first down and about 8 yards to go. 1st and 8. The Trojans need to answer back. It's still third quarter here, so there's plenty of time left. Humphreys at tailback, Webking at quarterback. Webking with the ball. He's going to run it to the 5 and is driven out of bounds by Shannon Arnold and a player with no number, and that makes it real difficult for us to figure out who that might be. But whoever it is made a nice play on the boundary out there. Second down, the ball knocked out of bounds. He was knocked out about the 4-yard line. Webking is the quarterback. Eaton at the fullback. Humphreys with the ball. Inside the 5 to the 3, and Humphreys scores. Keisha Humphreys on the run. Tightens our ball game up again. Our score 25 for the Rangers. And with that Humphreys touchdown run, 8-yard touchdown run, the Trojans have 20, and they're going to go for a 1-point extra point. Webking back at quarterback. That puts Langfeld as a wide receiver to the near side of the field. Webking stays alive, throws the ball up over the middle, and it is incomplete. So nice effort back there, but we end up with an incomplete pass, and we're at still in our third quarter. Our score now, Rangers 25 and the Trojans 20, and we've got a real ball game going here now. Let's take a quick break, and we'll get back to you in just a minute. The Trojans begin to kick off. Ball went out of bounds real quick. The kick that time, Mike Mulder's been doing the kicking for the Trojans. That one went out of bounds and sets up really, really good field position for the Rangers as they'll take over first down and about 11 yards to go. We'll call it 11 yards to go from the Trojans' 24-yard line. First down. So the Rangers need to go back to work. They lead 25-20, and we're still in the third quarter. Jones a quarterback, back to pass. Gets a little pressure. Quick pass out here to the sideline. Intended. Looks like number 66, that's fullback, Darnell Scott. He worked himself in and out of the backfield and got out into the flat a little bit there, but it was an incomplete pass. Second down. It's time for the defense to step up, getting some good pressure up front. Shannon Arnold, as a defensive lineman, is putting on quite a bit of pressure up in there. Playing bump and run on the outside with the 2 wide receivers. Hand off to fullback, and he's driven out of bounds that time. On the tackle, number 7 and number 8, that's Arnone and Eaton. Made the tackle that time on Darnell Scott, the fullback, on a running play. Third down. Let's call it 3rd and about 8. The ball at the Trojans' 21-yard line. 3rd and 8. I think we've noticed in this ball game that the quarters are going a little bit longer because we've had quite a bit of scoring. But every time somebody gets tackled, they're getting tackled out of bounds or knocked out of bounds, or it's an incomplete pass. So the clock's not running much here right now. I told you earlier in the game, they're playing 7-minute quarters, 4 7-minute quarters. Draw. Quarterback fell down, put his hand down. I thought he was going to try to run a little draw play that time to number 13. Christopher Schramm, but the quarterback, Robert Jones, slipped down, touched his knee, definitely touched his hand on the carpet, and that's when the play is stopped. Still looking for a big play. The Rangers need a big play. Clock's running down. They're going to go for it. And Red's going to take a timeout. Timeout Rangers. We'll take a short break in the action here. And we'll come back after the Rangers use another timeout. It's fourth down now, back in punt formation for the Rangers. A little high snap, nearly blocked. Oh, the ball hits off a blue. And a recovery by the Rangers. Penalty flag down, so wait just a minute. And we'll see what's going on here with the penalty flag. Looks like they're going to call a penalty against the Rangers. If they do, it'll force that fourth down play all over again. But a chance for a big turnover there. And the Trojans touched that ball and ended up with an opportunity to take possession. But a penalty against the Rangers will set up another fourth down situation. 5-yard penalty and another punt. Setting up punt formation for the Rangers. We'll try it all over again. Trying to figure, I guess they're talking to the guys out here to figure out exactly what they might have done wrong that time, or known as the, it's Mike Mulder out here as a wide receiver to this side. Fourth down. Now we're ready to go. Back deep, we got two receivers back at about the 5-yard line for the Trojans. The Trojans trail 25-20. High snap, good opportunity. Not a real good kick, a very high kick. And fielded back there by number 88, and a good return. Justin Colbert got that ball back to about the 20-yard line. So it's going to be a first down for the Trojans. Third quarter action here. The Trojans trailing 25-20 with a chance to get right back into the ball game again. This time as the Trojans break the huddle, Wepking at quarterback again. Wide receivers to the far side of the field is Derek Sturdivant. On a running play this time. Good hard run up in there. 22 on the carry. That was a good hard run. Keisha Humphreys is showing some real quickness. Officials are going to... Now the whistle blows by the officials, and we've reached the end of the third quarter. So at the end of our third quarter here, our score, the Rangers 25 and the Trojans 20. We're right back. Just a minute. Tape. I'll get back to you. Well, we're back here. The Trojans setting up. That ball's loose. That ball is loose and inside. The fumble recovery in there by number 67, Elpidio Cantu, recovers the fumble by the Trojans, and the Rangers with a 25-20 lead take over. It'll be first down at the Trojans' 23-yard line. Be first down and about 11 yards for a first down. Huge turnover right there, just at the start of our fourth quarter. Humphreys for the Trojan has scored twice on runs. Scott and Arnold have each scored twice for the Rangers. First down, fourth quarter just underway. Jones back to throw. Trying to find a man deep downfield, staying alive with his feet. Little lob pass incomplete. Knocked out of bounds that time. Fullback Darnell Scott was the intended receiver, but the ball was thrown out of bounds. You've got to be impressed with Robert Jones and his ability to stay alive in the pocket and out of the pocket. If you're getting a little background noise right now, we've got a stock car thing going on over here too tonight. So multiple purpose facility here. They've got Ultimate Fighting in here tomorrow night. I formation. Humphreys with the handoff. A nice cut back to the 21-yard line. Real nice tackle that time by Derek Sturdivant. Stayed with it, made a nice open field tackle. Third down. Third and about 10. We'll call it 3rd and 9. Big possession here. It's still a one-score game here now, 25-20. Rangers need to put some more points on the board. They've got a good opportunity here. Ball inside of the Trojans' territory. Back to passes Jones. Over the middle. Good pass rush. Oh, breaks the tackle. Jones to run. Jones at about the 15-yard line, going the other way. Ends up being just across the line. Let's see how the official marks this. What a run that time by Robert Jones. Stayed alive and got just enough for the first down. So at about the 12, we'll call it the 12-yard line. It will be 1st and goal for the Rangers. Robert Jones that time showed that he has some real quick feet and is a real strong runner. That is a good combination for quarterbacks in this league. So the Rangers needed the first down. Now they need to score. Darnell Scott's the fullback. Dwayne Scott, the tailback. Robert Jones, the quarterback. Ball given to number 23. That's Dwayne Scott at the 10-yard line and then driven back. We'll see where they mark it. So we're going to the official spot just outside the 10-yard line. 2nd and goal. 2nd and goal. Scoring by quarters, the Rangers led at the end of the first quarter 6-0. They led at the end of the second quarter 13-7. Into the third quarter 25-20. And that's where we stand right now in the fourth quarter. Jones, fake, bootleg pass, trying to stay alive, and good pass rush. Incomplete pass. Nice effort that time by Shannon Arnold. Good pressure that time defensively by Nick Johnson and by Andy Johnson. Third down. The ball located just at the 10-yard line. This is a huge series for both teams. As mentioned earlier, the Trojans are 2-3. Need a win with a chance to get maybe back into the swing of things as far as the championship game is concerned. The Rangers 1-4. A win by this team could put them in a tie for second place. So it's important for both teams how this game turns out. Jones to the 5-yard line and is driven back just outside the 5-yard line. Tackles that time by 4 of the 8 players. So it sets up a tough play from the 5-yard line that time. The Rangers got some kind of little trick play. This would be a nice time to bring it out because they need a score here. Their defense has played very well, but I think they'd much prefer to be ahead by 12 points, 11 or 12 points, something like that, as opposed to the 5 they lead right now. Jones back to pass, little flare pass out here. Oh, great cut and a touchdown. What a beautiful cut that time by Dwayne Scott for the touchdown. Jones has now thrown 4 touchdown passes. Scott has scored 3 touchdowns. Our score now becomes 31-20 in favor of the Rangers on a beautiful catch and run by Dwayne Scott. So a 1-point extra point by the Rangers coming up. You got to give the Trojans lots of credit. They had a really tough goal line stand there. They did a nice job. They just weren't able to tackle down in the goal line. Jones over the middle, wide open, and a nice catch. Catch that time by Shannon Arnold. So we're in the fourth quarter here, looking for a kickoff from the Rangers, looking for an opportunity to go to 2-4 for the season, and the Rangers lead 32-20. Billy Coons kicking off for the Rangers. The ball is fielded back here by A.J. Langfeld at the 5, out to midfield, just across midfield, and down to the Rangers' 24-yard line, where the Trojans will set up shop. First down. Well, let's stop a second. They marked that ball just short of midfield, so this may be the shortest first down sequence we may ever have here. It's first down and about a foot. First and a foot for a first down for the Trojans. They must reach midfield to get that first down. Back to A.J. Langfeld at quarterback. Eaton is the fullback. And Humphreys at tailback. Whistle. Players inside that time. Marcus Lira with the red helmet was in on that tackle. Let's see where they marked that ball. First down or not? First down. First down at midfield for the Trojans. They trail 32-20. We're in the fourth quarter. The Trojans, as we start looking ahead a little bit here, have both timeouts left. Wide receiver to the far side is Derek Sturdivant. Fake sweep, keep by Langfeld. Langfeld across the 20 to the 15, run out of bounds. Official's going to mark that ball. Looks like at about the 14-yard line. It'll be short of the first down by about, let's call it 2 yards. But yard and a half, but it is a good first down play. Second down coming up for the Trojans. A.J. Langfeld that time demonstrated some really good feet. Faked the quick pitch, got to the boundary, picked up about 11 yards. Second down. Justin Colbert, wide receiver to the near side of the field. Langfeld back to throw. Good protection. Protection breaks down a little bit, but he breaks the tackle. Good feet, still looking to throw it. Oh, big hit down there. What a hit. I'm going to try to get you a number here. That's number 13. What a real big hit down there. That's Christopher Schramm on that defensive play. Receivers, Justin Colbert seems to be shook up just a little bit. I'm going to take a look at him down there on the sideline. Hope you like what you're watching as far as these ball games are concerned. I'll mention it again. There's going to be, we are getting close to the end of their spring season. There'll be one game left that'll be played next week. It'll be between the Cougars, they're undefeated, against whoever finishes in second place. And all these teams right now, the other 3 teams, have that chance. But we'll see how that shakes out. But they're going to have a fall season also. We're going to try to build the number of teams that they have. Right now they have 4. They're going to try to build on the number of teams that they have, and we'll just kind of go from there. So it's kind of an interesting league. Hope you enjoy it. We're getting a lot of fans out here. I would guess there are probably 100 people here sitting watching this first ball game. No bleachers. Bring your lawn chairs. Sit about 10 yards off the field. You're right into the action here on this 50-yard indoor field. Third down. Everybody's well and healthy. Off to the sideline. The Trojans need a big play here. Langfeld at quarterback. Back to throw, draw play. Oh, nice defensive play in there that time. PDO Cantu, number 67 on that play. And there's going to be a quick timeout called by the Trojans. So the beautiful play sets up a fourth down. Let's take a quick break here. The Trojans called for timeout. We'll be back in just a minute. The Trojans break the huddle. They need a big play here. Coming out of the timeout, they need a first down. Reverse coming. Fake reverse. And Langfeld will keep it. Nice breakaway run. Langfeld, touchdown. A.J. Langfeld, fake the reverse, went for the touchdown. Beautiful run that time. He just kind of delayed enough, let the field open up, ran for the touchdown. So our score 32-26 as the Trojans get back to within 6 points, and they're going to go for the 1 point extra point here. Wow, Langfeld's shown some really, really good feet in the time we've seen him play quarterback. So we got a brand new ball game again. Everybody's still in it. Langfeld at quarterback. Gives the ball to the fullback. The fullback is in for the extra point. Eaton for the 1 point extra point. And they have now, the Trojans, they have got back to a 32-27 score. So with not a whole lot of time left here in our fourth quarter, could we see an onside kick? It's hard to do that from your own 1 yard line, but we'll see. Got quite a game here. This is a good football game. 32-27 is our score. You know, some of the scores as we've gone through the series here. This is week 6. Week 1, the Rangers beat the Shamrocks 37-36. The Cougars beat the Trojans 60-6. Week 2, the Trojans beat the Shamrocks 38-31. The Cougars beat the Rangers 48-26. Week 3, the Cougars beat the Shamrocks 32-19. The Trojans beat the Rangers 59-25. Week 4, Shamrocks beat the Trojans 24-7. Cougars beat the Rangers 47-24. Week 5, last week, Cougars 46, Trojans 7, Shamrocks 39, Rangers 20. And we're in week 6, and you're watching the Trojans and the Rangers play in the last official week of the the spring season, with maybe one of these teams playing next week for the championship. Time to kick off. Definitely the Rangers are playing for the onside kick. This would be a good time to kick the ball over their head and just run and see if you can go get it. But we must be fairly short on time. Little pooch kick. It didn't go 10 yards. And a nice play that time by the Rangers to fall on it. And it will be the Rangers' ball. First down. First down. The ball has to go 10 yards, but if somebody on the receiving team goes up and falls on it, you get the ball right there. So first and goal now for the Rangers, leading 32-27. And not a whole lot of time left here in the fourth quarter. So let's see what the Rangers want to do with this. They want to keep the clock running, want to pound that ball up inside. They've got a really good fullback in Darnell Scott, a real shifty quarterback, Robert Jones, and a good tailback in Dwayne Scott. So we'll see what they plan to do. Handoff, fullback up the middle. Inside the 5, inside the 2, down inside the 2 yard line. Goes the fullback, Darnell Scott. Sets up a second and goal. Just about less than a yard, maybe less than a foot for the Rangers to put this ball game out of range. 32-27 is our score. We're late in the fourth quarter and the clock is running. It's like the Rangers are going to use every bit of their 30-second clock that they possibly can. By my records, the Rangers have used all their timeouts. They don't need any timeouts. The Trojans, I think, have one. Fullback again, trying to push him across the goal line, but I'm not sure he got in there. The officials say no, he did not get in. Darnell Scott, the fullback that time, didn't get the pad level down very good. Somebody's going to call a timeout. I'm not sure who's trying to call a timeout here. Looks like timeout Rangers, so evidently earlier that one timeout was not their timeout. I'm not quite so sure why we're not going to let the clock run. We'll take a quick break. We'll be right back in just a minute. We're back. Third down. Ball on the 1 inch line. Quarterback sneak. Across the goal line. Touchdown. Robert Jones. .38 for the Rangers. 27 for the Trojans. Touchdown run by Robert Jones. And the extra point to follow. Wow, what a battle tonight by the Trojans. They came into the ball game with a 2-3 record. The Rangers 1-4, and after a great battle through 3 quarters, into 3 quarters it was 25-20. But in the last few minutes here, the Rangers have stretched that lead to 38. Extra point is no good. 38-27. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be back with the kickoff in just a minute. Well, we're back. Kickoff here. Shannon Arnold to kick off for the Rangers. Line drive kick. Got some air under that one, down to the 6-yard line. Bringing the ball back. Langfeld back, and a big hit. Got a hit by no number, no name. We're not sure who he is, but it was a huge hit. Nice return that time by Langfeld. He got the ball back to about the 23-yard line, and it will be first down for the Trojans. We're in the 4th quarter. The Rangers lead 38-27. Rangers looking to go 2-4, and if they go to 2-4, the Trojans will drop to 2-4, and they'll tie in the standings in this first year of our Quad Cities Football League. First down. Web King looks like he may be the quarterback this time. Number 18. He will be the quarterback for the Trojans. Back to throw. Looking to go deep. Receivers wide open and complete from Web King to Langfeld. Touchdown catch. Six points added to the Trojans. Not so fast, folks. The game is not over yet. The Trojans take one play to come up with a touchdown, and our score now, Rangers 38-33, and we're going to be looking probably at another onside kick coming up here in just a minute. Going for one, down by 5. Beautiful pass that time from James Webking, and A.J. Langfeld moved from quarterback, where he's played some this evening, to wide receiver, ran down under that pass and made a great catch. Handoff fullback inside. Extra point is good. Run that time by Eaton. Score is 38-34 in favor of the Rangers. We'll stay with it right now because we're running out of time in the ball game, and 2, I'm running out of space on my sheet here, so I'm not quite so sure we can stand a whole lot more scoring. But it's certainly going to set up an onside kick. Let's take a break, and we'll be back with you just one. Well, we're setting up, looks like now, for another Trojan onside kick. There's a lot of open field deep. If they want to take a chance and kick this ball deep, there's every opportunity that they'd have a foot race between the Trojans and the Rangers to get to it. It's kind of a little pooch kick down across midfield, picked up there, and oh, a nice hit on the boundary that time. Big hit. Langfeld is everywhere. A.J. Langfeld on a big hit. Number 7 is Craig Arnone. He was there also. And the Rangers get the football. First down at the Trojan 23-yard line. It'll be a first down and about 10 yards to go for the first down. First and goal. First and 10. Looks like we're going to go to the victory formation here. 2 wide receivers. Quarterback take a knee. Smart play, Robert Jones. And a quick timeout for the Trojans. That'll be their second and last timeout. Let's take a break. We're back with a second down. Quarterback will again take a knee. Down the play. Clock's running. The Trojans can't stop it. Folks, this is one of our better, most competitive ball games, I think, at least in the 3 weeks we've been here. This is the most competitive game that we've had. The Rangers lead 38-34. Both teams out of timeouts. And this will be a third down play for the Rangers. They've taken a knee twice. Attempting to run the clock out. takes the knee again. Clock's still running. Sets up a 4th down play. And the officials are still indicating there's still a little time on the clock. I'm not sure if they're going to try to punt or what they're going to do. It's 4th down. Neither team has a timeout. It's kind of an interesting discussion going on here. I don't know why you would take a knee 3 times and then punt the ball away. I was assuming, I think maybe like everybody else was, that there was no time left. 4th down. I'm not quite sure. It doesn't look like that's the ball game yet. We're just trying to figure out what is going on. It should be a 4th down situation for the Rangers. The captains, the coaches for the Trojans trying to get an answer to all this. But it's different. If I'm sounding like if I'm not talking, you know I'm confused, because generally I'm going to talk a whole lot, but I'm real confused as to what's going on here. Now the Rangers are going to go to 2 wideouts right, 2 wideouts left. Quarterback's going to take the ball, and it's a 4th down situation. After kneeling on it 3 times in a row, Jones is going to run for it. The ball is fumbled out of bounds, and he's stopped there. And it looks like the Trojans have held, and there's still some time on the clock. What a weird set of events here, but it looks like the Trojans are going to get at least 1 play, and the ball is on the 13-yard line of the Rangers. The Trojans trail 38-34, but with a chance in the last few seconds here to steal this ball game away. Can't have much more than a play. It kind of looked like that time that Robert Jones was trying to run the clock out, but wasn't able to do it and was tackled. Obviously, a change of possession stops the clock. So here we go. Maybe the last play of the ball game. Trojans 1st and about 2. But more importantly, they probably got to go to the end zone and try to get a touchdown out of this. We'll check and see who's going to play quarterback. Langfeld is going to go out as a wide receiver. So that indicates that Webb King is going to be the quarterback. And offside on the offense. The offense jumped. Be a 5-yard penalty. Move it back a little bit, but they're going to throw the ball in the end zone anyway, so a little more area may not hurt anything. So it'll be 1st down now. 1st and about 10. Now let's take that back. 1st and about 6. But more importantly, the Trojans need to go to the end zone with this thing. Wide receivers to the left. Trips to the right. Webb King back to throw. Buys time. Good protection. A 1-man rush. Goes for the end zone. Receiver's there. Receiver catches the ball. Langfeld on the catch. Penalty flag. Penalty flag. Hold on just a second. Just a second. Oh, and the Rangers are celebrating something. Langfeld made a tremendous catch. Webb King stayed alive through the whole process. And let's just see what the results here are going to be. The penalty is going to go against the offense. It's going to go against the offense, and that play, a crazy play as it was, will end our ball game. What great effort by the Trojans, but in the end, the Rangers prevail 38-34. Hey, it's been nice visiting with you. Remember, this is a MediaCom Channel 19. It's a Family Ties production. If you're interested, contact Jess Medina, 309-721-0896, or get a hold of Jess, email Jess, JESSM, 250@yahoo.com. Let us know what you think. If you enjoy it, let us know. Otherwise, come out and watch the ball.